Who knows? Maybe it's all just a myth. But then again, there's something about Seven Sisters Road that feels different. I'm Kim, and this is Hung Channel.
Seven Sisters Road, located in North Point, Hong Kong, is a street filled with history and mystery. The name of this street comes from a century-old urban legend, the story of the Seven Sisters. This tale is not only filled with tragic elements, but also blends mystery, the supernatural, and love closely intertwined with Hong Kong's historical development. Over time, this legendary story has grown even more mysterious, becoming one of the most representative urban legends in Hong Kong. Act 1. The Oath of the Seven Sisters. The origin of the legend dates back more than a century when the area around Seven Sisters Road was a fishing village. 7 young girls, not biological sisters, but united by fate, lived in this area. Most of these girls were orphaned or abandoned, so they formed a close bond, swearing never to marry. They made a pact to live together, relying on each other. However, this way of life did not last long. One day, the third sister was forcibly betrothed to a man from the same village, which was a huge blow to her. She refused to accept this fate and decided not to marry. The remaining 6 sisters chose to live and die together, vowing, "Though we cannot be born on the same day of the same month, let us die on the same day of the same month." So, the 7 girls went to the nearby beach and drowned themselves. According to the villagers, the bodies of the 7 girls were never found. However, 7 rocks were discovered by the shore, arranged from largest to smallest in a line. The villagers believed these rocks were the embodiments of the 7 sisters, and to commemorate them, they named the rocks Seven Sisters Rocks, and the nearby village became known as Seven Sisters Village. Act 2. The Seven Sisters Rocks. The story of the Seven Sisters Rocks spread from here. According to the legend, whenever the tide receded, these rocks would appear above the surface, arranged in a shape that resembled 7 girls holding hands. This scene deeply attracted the villagers and visitors, sparking more rumors and legends. Some believe the rocks were the ghosts of the 7 sisters, symbolizing their unwillingness to part even in death, remaining hand in hand on this land. The presence of these rocks made the bay even more mysterious, earning it the reputation of being a haunted place, attracting many people in search of mysterious stories and adventure. One night, a man passing through Seven Sister Village saw the rocks suddenly emit a faint red glow. As he approached, he heard cries, as though a group of girls were calling out to him in anguish. Turning around, he saw that the 7 rocks had transformed into 7 figures, holding hands and slowly moving towards him. Terrified, the man fled, never daring to return to that beach again. Act 3. The terrifying incident at the Seven Sisters Swimming Pavilion. As Hong Kong's society developed, the area around Seven Sisters underwent a transformation into a busy district. In 1911, the Chinese Recreation Association in Hong Kong rented the bay at Seven Sisters to build the Seven Sisters Swimming Pavilion, which became a popular swimming spot in Hong Kong at the time. The location was convenient, with trams passing by, and it became a favorite place for citizens and workers to relax after work. However, this once joyous and lively place became associated with a series of strange events. There were frequent drownings of male swimmers in the Pavilion, and these tragic incidents not only tarnished the Pavilion's reputation, but also gave rise to the local legend that these drownings were not mere accidents, but connected to the spirits of the Seven Sisters. It is said that the ghosts of the Seven Sisters will seek out men to accompany them, using a ghostly hand-pulling technique to drag these men into the sea. These rumors made the Seven Sisters swimming pavilion a hotspot for the supernatural, attracting more people to explore and hear the terrifying stories. Act 4. The naming of Seven Sisters Road and urban development. As Hong Kong modernized, the geography of Seven Sisters went through significant changes. In the early 20th century, the Hong Kong government carried out large-scale land reclamation projects, submerging the Seven Sisters rocks beneath the sea. These rocks thus became a thing of the past. However, even though the Seven Sisters rocks had disappeared, the name Seven Sisters Road, Tsat Tsz Mui Road, was preserved and remains one of the important streets in the North Point area. Still, the legend of the Seven Sisters persists in the bustling urban landscape. A resident living near Seven Sisters Road once described a spine-chilling experience. One evening, he and his friends were walking down the street and entered a narrow alley. Suddenly, they heard the faint sound of a woman crying. At first, they thought it was just the sound of a television from a nearby house. But as the cries grew louder, they sensed something was wrong. When they turned around, they saw nothing, just a dimming street and an empty alley. As they quickly left the alley, the crying suddenly stopped, and everything returned to silence. This experience left an indelible mark on them, and they would never forget the name of that street, Tsat Tsz Mui Road. Act 5. The Revenge of the Seven Sisters. In the legend of Seven Sisters Road, the deaths of the Seven Sisters were not merely the end of a tragic tale, but the beginning of a revenge story. It is said that the ghosts of the Seven Sisters did not rest in peace, but began to seek out men who disrespected or mistreated women. These men were lured into the sea by the ghosts of the Seven Sisters, ultimately drowning. These stories of revenge spread widely in the area, and whenever they were mentioned, a chill would run down the spine of the listener. An elderly man who had lived in North Point for many years recounted a story that still haunted him to this day. It was a night many years ago, when he and his friends were walking along the beach near Seven Sisters Road. The beach was eerily quiet with no one else around. As they approached the water, they suddenly saw a woman in a white dress standing in the moonlight. Her gaze was hollow as she stared at them. Unsettled, the group locked on as she spoke in a deep, mournful voice. "You should come with me." After speaking, she vanished into the light, leaving the group in silence. This event has never been explained, and to this day, the elderly man believes it was the ghost of one of the Seven Sisters, looking for someone to join her in death. Act 6. The legend of Seven Sisters Road never fades. Even though the Seven Sisters rocks are gone, Seven Sisters Road still retains its history and legend. Today, Seven Sisters Road is not only an important thoroughfare in North Point, but its name continues to carry an air of mystery, drawing curious people to explore the legendary story. As night falls, this street remains a taboo for some, and both local residents and visitors can't help but whisper the tale of the seven girls. Whether it's the disappearance of the Seven Sisters rocks or the eerie events At the swimming pavilion, these stories form part of Hong Kong's history and culture. They are not only a testament to past tragedies, but also a crucial part of the city's urban folklore, living on in the hearts of everyone who has heard them. One day, as you walk along Seven Sisters Road, Tsat Tsz Mui Road, if you hear a sound behind you, do not look back, for it may be the whispers of the Seven Sisters, silently watching you, waiting for the next fortunate person to listen to their story.
I'm Kim. Please subscribe, like, and share. And stay with me. You will never face the dark unknown.